We do have the shared experience of the interview.
Yes.
So I got to do a screening of the interview because I get offered that sometimes by studios because I have a big social media following. And so I'm kind of picky with the movies because I'm not going to just watch a movie and decide later if I like it. I know I'm going to like this movie. It's Seth's movie. It's going to be funny. And we watched it. We laughed. I put a post up about how funny it was. The next day, the shit hit the fan.
Oh, yeah?
Do you know about that?
Yeah, I know that caused storm. I'm aware of that.
And you were caught on the everyone got stuck. I still meet people to this day who are like, oh, I had like people's identities were stolen. People's like I know a guy, this was a funny one. All the like payrolls of all the movies were published because of the hack. And a guy I'm friends with was working on one of a small movie we had made in Vancouver. And the payroll things was published, and he found out that he was the absolute lowest paid person on the entire movie's payroll. Like there was not one person who worked on the movie.
Man.
And every day he'd be like, I feel like they're treating me like shit on this movie. And we were like, no, it's all in your head. It's all in your head. And then he was like, look, nobody. Like the guy who washed the parking lot at night got paid more than I did. Yeah, he was like, and he was like a post-production coordinator or something like that. It was like it was pretty funny. So yeah, to this day, there's a lot of fallout from that still.
Wow. I got frantic messages the next day, like,
Take
delete
down
that,
the post,
delete that.
delete
I'm
the
like,
post.
what happened? They're like, North Korea. I'm like, what are you talking about? North Korea wants me to take that. What is going on? And then I saw that all the emails exploded.
Everything. That was a bad. Yeah, that still falls out to this day every once in a while.
Does that actually affect stuff you do? Like, I mean, it must have affected some opportunities after that. No?
You know, it really, no, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Not like in a tangible way. Like, we were able to keep making movies.
And they did eventually release it, right?
They did release. What's crazy is now it's like on television. It'll be just on like FX at like 2 p.m. Like that's what's crazy. Is like it was at one point the most controversial thing in the world, and now like I'll be like flipping channels on like a Sunday afternoon, and it's like, oh, it's the interview.
Simpsons interview.
Yeah, exactly. And no one. It's amazing how that can happen. I was worried maybe it would cause some longer lasting fallout than it did, but no.
I mean, it did, but at the time. It seemed
really bad and really catastrophic, and people were getting fired over it. People we knew were getting fired over it. The head of the studio got fired essentially because of it. It really caused like seismic shifts in Hollywood at the time, and I think how things. How business was done in some ways. It actually like kind of showed the success a movie can have in some ways if it has a full theatrical like campaign and then goes directly to streaming, because it went to it streamed on Google, and I think it's still like the biggest movie that's ever streamed on Google, and it made like, which is crazy. And so it did a lot of things that I think the fallout will still see. Students come up to me and they're like, they're teaching me about it in my university class. Like,
awesome.
It's really, it's wild. And it really recalibrated, like, what I consider to be like controversial, which I think is good. Like, I think as a comedian, you can probably, a lot of people like to think they're embroiled in some sort of controversy.
Yeah.
And after that, I was like, oh, now I know what it's like to unless like the president's giving news conferences about it, it's not really a controversy.
It's
like,
headlines.
Yeah, like some people getting mad about something on social media, like that's not controversy. Like having like the UN have to make a statement about it, that's a controversy,